Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
KeithandTheGirl.com/store. Our latest marathon is up there, as well as my latest album called I'm Dating Your Mom.
And this time in video.
There's links to iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, or get it directly from us, as well as, like Chemda says, the video in beautiful, beautiful color.
And you look so pretty this year.
Honest to God, a woman dressed me again, and I do look good.
Always the right thing to do.
That's right. Today's guest, finalist on Last Comic Standing, appeared on The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien, appeared on America's Got Talent, host of the podcast Broccoli and Ice Cream, which, by the way, it's out right now. I'm a guest. Now, here's the fun part. I didn't actually record it yet, but by the time you hear this, I did.
Oh, risk-taking.
I hope we didn't get into a fight.
I hope you did.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Kaplan.
Thank you so much for having me and being a guest on my podcast. You were great. I don't know what we're talking about. We recorded it.
It just flowed, right?
Absolutely. And whose mom is it that you're dating? I haven't seen your special yet. Who are you talking to?
Track 6 answers.
Thank you.
Right. No, I'm excited about the album. I'm excited about your podcast. Do you know what we're going to talk about?
I do. It's a secret.
Okay. All right. Well, this is exciting. Chemda just did a podcast, by the way, called Positive Negative. This is Tristan Miller's podcast. You heard about it through Mike, right?
Yeah, Mike introduced us.
And what do you guys talk? Is it the theme of like broccoli and ice cream? Good things, bad things?
That's why I'm here to say, I think he stole his premise, Mike.
No, guys, broccoli is good, and ice cream is also a kind of good, depending. Sincerely, I will give you a little bit of a heads up, Keith, about my podcast. It is, we talk about theoretically, whatever happens, but the themes that I strive for or aim for or offer as possibilities, the broccoli of
May
one's
I say?
life. Oh, please, of
the
course.
work you put in versus the rewards you get back.
Oh, that's a wonderful guess. And so
Okay.
here's the real thing. I mean, sincerely, the broccoli is about work and the ice cream is about joy, not necessarily from the work, but there is often an intertwining, and your guess was not what I'll call wrong.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I know people, sometimes they go on a show, they don't know what show they're on.
Absolutely.
And I want you to know that I'm semi-prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You did a good job.
This one is about mental health.
Okay.
So I did talk about, I used to get so depressed, my thought process went very quickly to, well, I'll just kill myself. I also thought about ways to kill myself. I spoke about my brother's attempted suicide and how I deal with it now, not just the suicide, but just things in general. I talked about the ex-husband and just generally. And what's funny is, and Andrea does this to me too. She's like, so much shit happened to you. And I'm just like, really? But then when you talk about it in an hour on a podcast, it's like, well, after my open heart surgery, I found my husband on Craigslist, and then I busted my knee. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I've been having a couple of tough years.
Now, did you kill yourself after this podcast?
No, that's the thing. I don't think about killing myself anymore, which is, I think only a few years old. I can't place the time, but when I got really sad one day and I'm like, I don't want to take pills right now.
Can I offer a thing that reminds me of?
Sorry, no.
Oh, but I thought
She's still fragile.
I think it'll be great. So I learned years ago that the time of year that most people do commit suicide is, one might imagine that it's like the holidays, the winter, when everything's dark and dark externally, and people, if they're also feeling dark internally, they'll be like, oh, why should I keep going on? But it's more that it happens in the spring when it starts getting nicer outside, and people are like, oh no, I'm still feeling darkness inside. It's not just circumstantial, it's me. And so I feel like this is like the reverse happened to you. So many difficult, challenging things happen to you externally in your life and internally in your relationships and your experience. And you're like, what you used to be like, I'm just gonna kill myself, I guess. But now you're like, oh, all the things, the horrible things that I would worry about that might lead me to think about hurting myself or killing myself, those things are happening and I don't want to.
Yeah.
So
It's weird.
Pretty sweet.
Well, I'm feeling bad about Grimes hearing this, and she's like, I got to take another color out of my eyeballs. Oh, Wells. So the podcast to download is Positive Negative, as well, of course, Broccoli and Ice Cream.
And Guanyin is writing, we're live on YouTube. Good job, Chemda, I think, for not wanting to kill myself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also you guys, so now it's you're basically a positive and negative as well, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Keith and the girl, positive and negative, broccoli and ice cream. Every podcast is something and something.
Well, to look inwards, to look into yourself. I got a text the other day.
Yes.
I assume it was written only to me, and it said, "Hey, I'm gonna get the high as fuck and try to learn a thing or two. So I'm gonna send out an email. Expect one." And so these emails, I get them. I don't know if they're 2-3 times a year, and they're very, very generic. And I can tell that there's obviously a mass email. And I go, Hemda, listen to this email I got. And you would think we planned this.
Mm-hmm.
We just start reading the same words right on top of each other.
Go on.
Now, how many people write you back?
I would say a significant portion.
Okay.
And the thing that happens, number one, also, I think that I said things that were specific to you in your email and things that were specific to you in your email. While there are some lines in common, like I do want to know how you are doing in general, as well as some specific questions I have. But then when people have written back, like I could look after this and before we start recording my podcast, I'll look at how many I sent and how many people wrote back, and then how many of those people I wrote back to answer the specific things that they asked me and the specific answers that they offered. Like, if you don't want to, you never have to. But when people do want to and do, like, then this is a way of sort of branching off. Like, if everyone wrote back, I would still be I would be constantly writing all day, every day.
It's
So,
almost good they don't.
I mean, yes. Thank you so much, Keith. For
It'd be like inviting everybody to a wedding. You're like, well, I hope they all don't show up.
it is like that.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Why do you keep bothering with Keith?
I think it's
He's
because
so condescending and shitty about your nice stuff. And like, that's fine. You're both on brand.
No, by the way, thanks for asking. My spirit is good. Or well, I don't know what a spirit is, but it's pleasant.
I'll tell you the
How's your spirit?
I'll answer your question sincerely, Chemda.
Yes.
Is that this fun that Keith is making?
By this, you mean Keith.
Yeah, this response that I'm getting from Keith is better than when I didn't write to him and he felt left out. And he'd be like, hey, why is everyone else getting an email and I'm not getting an email? It's almost as if I can't win. So I'd rather do the version of I can't win where I do reach out to him and then everyone sees what's happening as a result of it, rather than, Mike, why didn't you even try? Why didn't you even believe in Keith? Why didn't you even give him a shot?
Mike's letters now are like, I want to hang out, but it's humid, right? And I'm like, yes, buddy, it is. See you another time, and then we're all happy.
Like, do you guys look at each other and believe the other one really is who they are? You know what I mean? Like when people look at you, Keith, and they're like, yeah, you don't have any feelings. Okay, you're not repressing anything, blah, blah, blah. And when people look at you, Mike, and go like, oh, yeah, everything's wonderful and everyone should be nice to each other, and okay.
I mean, just to be, I don't want to push back
No,
too
I
hard.
paraphrased it perfectly.
But I would say everything's not wonderful and people should be nice to each other. That's 100% what I like. I have been talking more, and this is, I think, sincerely, I'm very curious to have a conversation with you one-on-one where it'll either be all like this or all like something else or some combination.
I am curious because whenever it's always me in the room with you two.
Yeah.
And I teeter between you guys and I have like some of both of your personalities, but you guys have nothing in common.
I think that it's like Keith there must be good in him, and also
That's what they said about Thanos.
And yeah, I mean, he only killed half the universe. Like, so that's and the motivation was that he wanted everyone else to have, more, I don't know, parking space room, I guess, or, just chilling out. It was a overpopulation problem, which is real. But
does Keith remind you of the people who used to knock the books out of your hands?
I mean, those people are tiny in like the rear view of my experience
Is Keith
now.
tiny in your rear view right in front of you?
He's tiny in my front view.
There you go. So that's the difference.
No, I mean,
Is it weird that your bully today is wearing no sleeves?
I mean, that's as it always is. Sincerely, I also do experience and I'm sure that I wonder if you guys could find every time I've said this on the show, if I say it like the same time and do like a supercut Daily Show style like search for like, I have the full range of human emotions, he said, as a robot alien that Keith thinks him to be. But of course, like sincerely, like when I come on the radio or a podcast, like I am a certain, like when you ever talk to Chris Rock off stage?
Yeah,
And,
of course, all the time.
And I heard him on NPR once, like years and years ago, maybe on Fresh Air, and I didn't recognize his voice. I like tuned in the middle because he was speaking so quietly and like calmly. And I was like, I got that he was a comedian. And then like later I found out like he was talking about when I'm on stage, I'm like, people don't want to just see me. They want to see this amped up version of me. They want to see this, Chris Rock. And so like nobody goes up to Chris Rock in real life, I bet, and is like, hey man, why aren't you yelling? Like what's happening over there?
But people do that for Keith. People are like, oh, I expected you to be louder, more in my face, more, see, that was mean. More burpish.
And so I guess that's what I mean. Like the way that I am, I think that I am also different than listen back to my first appearances 10 years ago, and I bet there's less awareness, like less.
You were sillier.
Yeah. I mean, I've experienced.
Keith would like you to be less aware of things.
Fair. Like what? Doesn't matter. I won't even listen. Who cares? Hey.
Well, I saw a recent tweet of yours.
Oh, thank you.
And you write, please don't send death threats for any of the following reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming this came up because Dina Hashem, a comic, has been threatened recently.
Oh, it was in advance of that.
Okay.
I was
you just got good,
psychic. Yeah.
Good timing.
Vibes. Yeah, it was. I saw that Dina Hashem had been receiving death and rape threats.
And I'll tell you what the joke was that got her in trouble. Please don't send death threats for any of the following reasons. Number 1, a comedian told a joke. Number 2, a comedian expressed that they don't like death threats. That never makes it better, does it? When they say, please no.
Oh, we didn't know.
Number 3, any reason. Thank you. Now, please don't at me with death threats. Did you get death threats based on this tweet, this simple, innocent tweet?
I have not, because I am not a woman. I'm not sure if that's like the only factor, but I do know that there are female comedians who are, it's sort of like the wage gap, I think, where women for doing the same work get less cents on the dollar, and women for making the same joke get more death and rape threats on the joke. Like there's so many comedians, like, your Jeff Rosses, your roast jokes, your Anthony Jeselnik's, like the targets that they are picking. Like if they were Dina, or if they were like any number of women who I'm sure, like I've gotten some pushback. Like I put that on Twitter and I put it on Facebook, and like I'd say I have a lot of fans of mine who, and a lot of people, I feel like it's, sometimes you say a thing and there's a lot of people like, of course, like, why do you even have to say this thing? Right. This is something that we all know. And then you get some people that are like, disagree, hard pass, like she's getting what she deserved. How dare she like mention the name of a person, mention that they died, while also saying it's a tragedy, but forget about that because I just see death and the person that I like or that somebody I know likes. And so death is not a joke, which he didn't say it was, and nobody is saying, like, we're all doing what we can. But yes, I got pushback from people who I don't know, who saw just that I posted that I think it's not good and not even proportional. Like I posted more things just about, even if you think that, oh, she talked about death, so she should get death threatened to her. Well, she didn't talk about rape, so at least stop threatening rape. Like, and I believe her family's address was like doxed. I think that's the amount of response that she got is certainly, she's not getting what she deserves. She doesn't deserve this. Nobody deserves to get death and rape threats, and it's not proportional. Like, who among us, like, who are the people who are like, even if you're like, I understand why people are upset. I understand if you like a person and somebody's like, they're dead, and you're like, oh no, I'm sad. I remember now that they're dead. That makes me sad. It makes me angry. Like, to see that maybe this person, it seems like they are taking it lightly. Like if they're not doing a eulogy for the person, if they're not like, if we've lost a loved one, yeah, maybe it wouldn't be our favorite thing if somebody was making a joke involving the death of our loved one.
Well, let me fill people in.
Please.
So Dina Hashem, who I read about this in an article, and it's in many articles now, by this website Heavy, who also, to let you know more about Dina, referenced a 2017 interview that Keith and the Girl did with her, if you want to see what she's about. The comedy world is banding together behind comedian Dina Hashem after Comedy Central pulled a joke she made about the murder of rapper XXX Stanchion. Is that how you say his name?
I think XXX Tentacion.
Tentacion, okay.
But I also don't know.
As part of her appearance on the show this week at the Comedy Cellar. So, by the way, a group of people are like, yeah, we don't think this joke is too much, too. Do you know what I mean? A network.
Oh, yes.
Joked about Tentacion being shot By the way, this is probably more offensive than anything she said, right?
Yeah, but good thing you're reading it.
The address here is
Is anyone still mourning XXX Tentation? Hashem began her bit. He's a rapper who was murdered. He's dead now. He was shot. He was on his way to buy a car with $50,000 in cash, and somebody shot him and took the money, which is very tragic, but I think also it would be a very good Venmo commercial. That's the first thing I thought when I heard that. Like, I don't have Venmo. I should get Venmo. The tweet promoting the show was taken down by Comedy Central. So that's how most people found it, right? It wasn't even if you saw the Comedy Central show. Comedy Central liked the joke so much they put in a promotional tweet.
Yes. And then I think another comedian that who does a show, Hood Adjacent. Do you know this part? I think that there like memes were created from that promotional tweet, and people then started promoting that she was, belittling or making fun of or taking lightly, and then it sort of spread virally amongst like the hip hop community, or at least his fans community.
And people were upset, so Dina ended up apologizing. She wrote on Instagram, "I wasn't trying to hurt anyone's feelings." That you would even have to explain that to. Honestly, I wouldn't know what to tell her. I'm like, do we have to write something? I don't know. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone's feelings. That's never what I want. I'm a comic and use jokes to try to make dark topics less painful, but I realize not everyone feels that way, and I don't want anyone to feel badly. It was taken down and won't air on TV. While many of Triple X's fans ripped Hashem on social media, she since made her Twitter account private. Several comedians have voiced support for her. Here's one. Curtis Cook says, "Look at this shit. It's actually very simple. Let me sum it up for you. Yes, you can rap about murder." He was a rapper. "But no, you can't joke about murder. But also, yes, you can beat the shit out of women." He beat his pregnant girlfriend. "But no, women can't tell jokes about said abuser. What part of this don't you understand?" And added, "All these rappers say they're ready to take a bullet, but they can't even take a joke."
Oh, shit.
Right? Stacy Nightmare wrote, "I think you should only make a joke about a dead guy if you kill him yourself."
Wow.
David Spector, "I don't get why his fans are attacking Dina. She's not even pregnant."
Yeah. I like David.
Oh, it's so good.
So, yeah,
He was on. He was awaiting trial for domestic battery, aggravated battery, and false imprisonment.
That's the rapper, not David Spector.
right. Oh, is it? So are these like? What do you do? Like how scary is it?
I mean,
Well, I want to mention Ari Shaffir during this because when I think of fearlessness, I think of him because he got death threats a long time ago. He did this sort of satire thing that people took seriously, and then they legit were like, "I'm coming to your show. I looked at your schedule and I will shoot you while you're on stage." And his response has always been, "Here's where I'll be the next day if you miss me that day. Like, come at me. Happy for you to like kill me."
These comics do anything for ticket sales, right? It's hard out there.
But he always believed that it's not that I'm saying what he believed, but it seems like, well, you want to shoot me, don't give me a heads up, like just do you. I'm doing me and you do you. And so whenever I think like how threatening is it, of course it feels like shit and it's coming at you and you never know, right? Because people would sooner attack Dina than they would Ari. But he's fine. And that trips me up and it makes me remember that so much of this doesn't matter and doesn't count. But
oh yeah,
does that make sense?
Certainly, most people who are sending threatening messages are not going to act on those. But when you're on the receiving end of them, it first of all doesn't feel good. Second of all, like not only doesn't feel like feels if your home address or your family's home address is being revealed, then depending how viral it goes, how far wide it spreads, then you might have like more chance of someone who is like, well, I'm gonna like the more possibility there is of danger. Like I believe. I mean, what does it mean that I believe? Like, I'm like, I know nothing. I'm not an expert in this. It's most people who get threatened don't get killed. Like in situations like this, I think like death is much more like a personal, private, within relationship thing than like a stranger who said a thing about,
But that's a good thing to not getting along with your parents. It's one less thing to worry about.
I would like to think that if it happened, I'd be like, this is just how life is and things are going to be fine and this will pass. But I can't tell what I would do because I've never been threatened so intensely.
Well, get ready.
All right, here we go.
Never mind.
We have gotten death threats. There's been death threats that I've and the pictures of a guy holding a gun. that I deliberately didn't tell my girlfriend at the time.
Was that me?
No, I didn't tell you.
Finally. Was it me? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And, sometimes I just get nervous just being in my head. I'm like, did that person follow me home, or is that person looking funny at me?
Right.
I don't think Ari Shafir is having the same experience as I am out in the world, but it just helps me.
Well, Mike brings up a great point. Obviously a woman's going to get it worse too. Of course they are.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe there's people who are already wanting to rape and murder you just because you're female.
Right.
So.
And there's also,
also he's got bigger backing. Like, Joe Rogan's coming after you if you go after Ari. Like there's
Sure.
heavier stuff behind you and with literally more muscle.
You think if someone murdered Ari Shafir, then Joe Rogan would hunt them down? That'd be an interesting show.
It's not that. It's not that I think it's like, a direct response would be Joe Rogan coming out with all his guns. It's just Ari as a male and as a person who hangs out with more aggressive types.
Sure.
You might not want to mess with him,
Right.
So as a person...
And Dina seems meek.
Yeah, she's such a sweet little...
Right.
Yeah. She's very smart, and she does do edgy jokes, but they're never...
Right, but when you saw that, if you didn't know her, and then you see this little joke, and the way she even says it, you know you're this fucking monster threatening, you're hoping, threatening a little girl and scaring her. That's exactly what you're thinking.
Yes. Yeah, I don't see how you can see it many other ways or any other way, because Dina Hashem's whole presence is not threatening.
Right.
There was a news story in the past few months where a white man killed like a black 17-year-old child who was like maybe just near a vending machine or something because he thought the white man was threatened by like the hip hop music that he heard. So he was like, I felt threatened, and then did the thing that, like, theoretically, if you feel threatened, like, you're worried that you're going to be hurt, you're worried that you're going to be killed. So then you kill a child because, like, it's nonsense. It's like, it's nonsense. Dina is also like, her joke didn't threaten anyone. Her joke didn't hurt anyone. Her joke, like, if anything, hurt your feelings, which is like legal. Like, she
didn't have to yell at him though.
Right.
That's all I think men hear. It's just like, why is she yelling at me? It's like, yeah, Dina's yelling at you.
Well, can I mention this?
Yeah.
I got a Ring video doorbell.
Oh yeah, that's helpful.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep your place safe. Ring's mission is to make neighborhoods safer. You might already know about their smart video doorbells and cameras that protect millions of peoples everywhere.
This is actually why Ari Shafir is still alive.
Ah, Ring helps you stay connected to your home anywhere in the world. So if there's a package delivery or, murder, you'll get an alert and be able to see, hear, and speak to this person all from your phone. You don't got to answer and take a bullet to the eyeball.
Is that in the copy? All
It's
that?
understood. What's in the world? HD video two-way audio features on Ring devices. I have it. As a listener, you get a special offer on a Ring starter kit available right now. With the video doorbell and motion-activated floodlight cam, the starter kit has everything you need to start building a ring of security around your home.
Now, here's the thing. You hear all this stuff, and to me, that's big technology. But I remember going shopping for TVs not that long ago, and I'm like, everything's flat, and it's like $200.
Right.
And it's so big, because I remember when they first came out, it's like $5,000 for this thing. So when I hear stuff like, you can have a camera at your front door, and it runs with the app that's on your, and you can actually see, and it's not a blurry thing. It's not like,
Right.
all this other surveillance stuff. I'm like, is this thousands of dollars? Because I should pay this. But then you go to their website, and the prices will blow your mind in a good way.
Go to ring.com/KATG. That's ring.com/KATG.
So if you like it, then you should put a ring on it. You're home.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, sometimes it's totally worth it.
Please direct your death threats to
At Chemda.
Yeah.
At Chemda.
Top movies of the weekend. Ready?
Yes.
All right. By the way, Chemda, when you did your movie reviews
Yes.
yesterday, Full Metal Jacket, you
Yes.
saw. Big, the Tom Hanks movie. And Overboard, the original.
I had a throwback this weekend.
All happened to come out in the year 1987.
What?
So weird. These were, Overboard is a tricky one to say is a really good movie, but these were very good. They had thought process behind it
Right.
and feeling. I don't know. I feel like now movies are just like, this was done, let's do that.
Hemda already has an old woman opinion on movies. She's going over Full Metal Jacket. And she's like, and what's out there today? I don't know, Hemda. What is out there today? Well, I don't know, but
That's
I
true.
have an inkling.
You know what? I'll tell you in 10 years if we can compare. But Full Metal Jacket, as much as I was just horrified through the whole thing, it's so much more slow moving than I would think a war movie is. And I wonder if people would be able to sit through the first half just being them in boot camp. Because it's kind of repeating, and it's just doing it for your psychological value of how fucked up this is and how fucked up they're getting. But, you know, I wonder if now it'd be like, this could have been 20 minutes shorter.
When you watch old movies, especially if you haven't seen them, do you catch these references?
Yes, it's so fun. Oh
Right.
my God, you guys should do this.
Like Me So Horny, and are you like,
Yes!
for decades, that's what people meant?
Yes. I'm like, oh, you can't sit. Oh, this is where they said that from. Yeah. 'Cause
Do
I'm
they
like,
have to pay royalties to whoever was the first person to say that?
Oh, that's Two Live Crew, but the movie, wait a minute.
yeah, this rifle is my rifle. I'm like, oh. Okay.
Number one movie, The Lion King.
Oh.
I did see it.
Yeah.
And they gave me a weird look when I wanted one ticket. Then it took like 3 back and forth. And they're like, just one? Like, yeah, just one.
For whom?
Oh, right. Only a ticket for one. And I go, I'm a weirdo. And then they try to apologize. They're like, no, it's okay. Anybody can see any movie. I think I'm talking to Mike Kaplan. Anybody can see any movie, and it's your right. You know, apparently, if you don't murder anybody during the movie or afterwards, you don't sexually assault, then just see a movie.
Did they ask you to open your trench coat to see if
Right.
there's 2 other boys underneath you? Ooh, that could be both ways. I mean, like
Whoa.
your 3 kids trying
How many
to get
kids
in.
you got under that trench coat?
Ew, I didn't mean it.
So I saw it. It's no Jungle Book.
Oh.
I'll tell you that.
So what, is this an animation? Like they just redid The Lion King?
They
No.
took actual animals, and then they put this little, like, Conan O'Brien fake mouth over it. And goes, I'm the Lion King. I'm going to grow up and be big and strong.
We should do that, no joke.
You see
TM.
human teeth and everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now I think that's not true.
Well,
but
wait till you see it.
would be fun.
That really would be fun. But what is it, an animation? Or
no, it is real lions.
live action?
No, it is live action lions.
Really?
That part's. I'm trying to be honest with you.
Okay, but you have the same tone in everything
I
you
know
say,
it's
so-
very hard to. I think that I wouldn't.
I'm
commit to it
dating one of you
this
people
much.
now. It's
Who?
very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, robot. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's all, I don't know what he's talking about. It's all drawings.
No, Keith. Who do you think is telling you the truth, Keith or me?
Well, it's CGI. They didn't train an actual lion to move their lips.
Okay, now I'm really confused. Is there a line in this, or did they CGI a line in?
CGI.
Okay, and there
Wouldn't
are
that be-
there are human beings in this movie,
The voices, yes.
so it's animation. It's CGI.
It's CGI.
I'm just gonna look it up. Fuck you both. You don't know how to describe movies. I need to watch it and describe it to you, even when you saw it. Obviously,
I think-
Lion King.
You know what? Henda's the kind of person that makes these stupid Google responses. I try to see if the Jungle Book was in 3D. I go, is the Jungle Book? And it pops in a true story. It's because of people like Henda. Like, hold on. Can real animals talk?
Well, I didn't know if it was like Cats, the movie Cats now,
No.
or if it's,
It's like big cats. That's what lions are.
thank you.
But they don't dance.
Or if it's human beings.
But they
and then
sing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting. I don't.
So what do you think? Do you think they got a real hog to learn to sing a song? Or maybe it's all CGI?
No, what was it? Life of Pi. I thought it was in that vein, maybe like human beings, and then you CGI all these.
It is like that,
crazy-
but just the tiger. But then also other animals.
okay, you guys are really selling this.
I'm really trying.
I never saw the original. Maybe I should just start there.
Yeah. You watch the cartoon. What if you just go home and look it up and you're like, oh, this is great. This seems, the animation's like pretty good for today's standards, but I don't know what the biggest deal about it. It's a good story.
I do like that it's short.
Yeah.
Number 2, Henda's never going to know
I
about
love
these
it.
fucking lions.
Isn't it fun? Isn't life an adventure?
It really is for you.
Why are you so happy? Everything's fresh and new.
Yeah.
Nobody will tell me the truth. I have to figure everything out on my own. I'm very resilient.
It takes me 10 years, but I'll get there.
Number 2, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yes.
Oh, you're excited about this.
Oh, I saw it. I liked it.
The bad guy, goes around killing all the spiders.
Do you think it's weird that you guys talk to us about how many emotions we have and you constantly go see movies like Spider-Man?
Say more. I want to be on your side
and be weird.
and understand what you mean.
Like we're inferior because we can't get over our emotions in order to live a logical human life.
True.
But you go see Spider-Man's like, yeah, because he was sad and then he got superpowers. So 1 hour of the day he feels very empowered.
So, are you talking about you guys like men? Is this a man-woman thing, or is this a me specifically thing?
It's not you guys. You
Oh,
guys treat
okay.
everybody equally. It's so nice. It's weird.
I understand.
Well, these movies only have two feelings, right? So yeah, good.
I think there only are 6.
Right. There's sad,
Happy.
happy. That's good. Hold on.
Well, this is gonna really open some doors for you, Keith.
Okay. Angry.
Yeah, of course. You
Nope.
know, maybe. Do you know scared?
Scared's a good one.
Scared's like angry.
Okay, I think there's only 4.
Yeah. I think surprised might be one.
Sounds like scared to me.
Yeah.
I think-
And
It could be a nice surprise.
feelings are different than emotions. It has been said that there are 7 human emotions to 27 human emotions, but feelings are different.
Oh, how many feelings?
There are tons of feelings.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. That's a first date question. How many emotions do you think there are? If there's over a dozen, get the fuck out. We're never solving anything.
Well, there's awe, anxiety, amusement, adoration, boredom, awkwardness. So if we're counting those.
We're not.
Okay.
Number 3, Toy Story 4.
A lot of kids' movies.
That's where they take real toys
Mhm.
and they put the mouth over them. I'm Woody.
This is just like The Lion King. Yeah, Toy Story.
I haven't seen one of the Toy Stories.
Any of them?
See, Keith looks surprised at me every time I tell him this, and then he
Wow.
erases it from his head, and then we go through this
Well,
again.
how can I respect you?
No,
But
you shouldn't.
Chemda, they make you, the viewer, a real human, experience real emotions inside your consciousness.
I don't know if you know, but I know how to trigger those on my own. But also, no, I have been meaning to see them. I think they're on the list that Xerxes is trying to help me with.
The list the whole
So-
world has of good movies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 4, Crawl. There's a flood in a
Oh.
building and alligators are coming at you. Watch out.
Like Deep Blue Sea.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
So it's real alligators, but with human mouths on them. I'm seeing a pattern.
They've actually, I think, like chewed off the human mouths and then they
Right.
tape them to. And here's a. Can I go back to Toy Story 4 for a minute? And you're like,
Can I?
Yeah, yeah. Let both of us. So Chemda, you're like, I can experience those emotions. Like why watch any movie? You're
Right.
like, okay, that one was just a little suspensey and like any. You could just like get a map of the emotions that you feel and be like, okay, now I never need to see a movie like that again because I have felt things.
There's a checklist. So just to recap so far, Lion King, animals. Spider-Man, animals.
Go on.
Toy Story, kind of like animals.
Mhm.
Crawl with the animals. And that number 5, Yesterday, Beatles, animals.
Wait a minute.
Everything is animals.
The B.O.s.
The Beatles. Kind of saw that movie.
I
Yeah.
did, in the movie theater.
I also did. I have the AMC like unlimited monthly pass now that I pay $20 for each month, and as long as I see 2 movies, I feel like I'm not getting
Oh, yeah.
ripped off.
Movies are expensive.
And you can see 3 a week.
I bought popcorn. That was insane.
Oh yeah, don't do that. You should just put popcorn in your pockets outside.
I know, but I've been craving movie popcorn more than I've been craving watching a movie.
Oh, then you shouldn't get a ticket to the movie. Just go in, buy the popcorn, put it in your pocket, go live your life.
Fuck, Xerxes keeps ruining my life. Oh, last time you were here, we were talking about Xerxes right before we hooked up.
I remember.
Yes. And then he asked me if I did, and I was like, well, you read the text. I already told him I want to fuck him.
Oh, yeah.
So it happened.
You you manifested it. It was
Yes.
like the secret.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
and you were
last-
part of it.
Yeah, we went over your texts again, back and forth. Yeah, we knew it was going to happen, right?
Yeah, but Mike seemed surprised.
I mean, I'm yeah, that's one of my emotions. I'm just trying them out.
Like, how so? I know. It doesn't matter.
Also, it wouldn't have. It doesn't surprise me either way. If you had you could decide whatever you like.
Thank you. You mean I have consent in this relationship?
I think so.
Xerxes, you keep telling me otherwise.
Oh man, these jokes! Please send your death threats to me, Mike Kaplan.
At number 11, by the way, in the top movies is
Oh,
Avengers.
that's not from the top of 5.
No, so that's the top 5. Then we jump to 11, as we always do.
Oh, Spinal Tap style. Gotcha.
Avengers Endgame, still in theaters, 13 weeks.
Number 1 in the world
It
forever.
just beat out Titanic or Avatar?
Avatar, yeah.
So it beat out before Titanic, and now it just beat the top money-making movie of all time, Avatar.
What is this, Avengers?
Yeah, the newest Avengers Endgame
You
movie.
guys love this shit. You'll eat up whatever they do. Admit it. Just admit it. Keith, you have to admit it.
Yes, I will eat up superheroes flying around and gods breaking down demons. Yeah, they'll get me each
Yeah,
time.
don't put bass in your voice and think you're saying something fun.
Chemda, I will
Yes.
tell you
Yes.
that of all the Marvel movies that came out,
This is marvelous.
I don't understand what you're doing, but please stop interrupting me with things that are nice to say, but also have no bearing on the conversation. It's very like you asked me a question, and I'm being very sincere in offering you an answer.
My Kaplan wakes up in a world where there's no puns.
I can do that. No puns the rest of the show.
Yeah, right. You'll explode.
No, I'll do it.
Will your eyes tell us the pun?
Maybe.
You can't even signal the pun.
Okay.
What?
I'm a human being who lives
You're talking slower.
in this. I want to make sure not to do anything by accident. It's just I'm so accustomed. Like if something happens, and it could be like to other people, other people accidentally like, oh,
Right.
like I didn't intend that to happen, and I just want to, I'm gonna do my best to
Okay.
not intentionally.
And now what
nor
were you saying
unintentional-
about
Oh, just saying that
Marvel?
they put out like 22 movies, and I think I've seen lots of them, but I didn't enjoy all of them. So I'm just saying that.
So their odds are terrible, but this one's good?
Uh,
Amazing.
No, I think the odds are. I think most of them are good. I think most of them are good to great, and they figured
Started
out.
off different with this.
Oh, I'm just saying. You're saying that we'll just watch anything that they put out there, but
You will.
we've had 20 something examples of them making us feel good. So I will go on the off chance that I will be made to feel good because
Is
the
that
present,
true? Because what I'm hearing is I can't believe that they blah, blah, blah. Like after every one of these DC or Marvel movies,
Oh no.
I just said it's the #1 movie,
this one,
which is part 2 to probably the second best movie ever made.
do you love it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think these are the best movies, but I think that they're really fun, and that's why I see them.
I don't know. This review keeps changing, to be
Chemda,
quite frank. Yes.
You are why is it that you're anti-fun?
Because Chemda's the only movie snob that doesn't see movies at all. Are there things she hates? Flying.
Movies? I don't even have a TV screen. I don't even have a theater in my house.
No, I get excited about the Avengers beating out Avatar because I do, as great as James Cameron is, there's this egotistical side of him that he can't hold back, and it kind of slimes out of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw like a tweet that was something like a quote of his that's like earlier on maybe in the Marvel series. He's like, they'll run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Like these things, sure, they're doing well now, but he's just like, it doesn't hurt anyone that he is the villain in this story now. Like nobody gets hurt. It's just like a superhero story,
Right.
but it's like he's like, curse you,
Right.
Yeah, curse you, Avengers.
And like he's not making space movies, Aliens, Terminator, Avatar. His stuff is just as sci-fi and strange. Whenever Avengers took over Titanic, he puts out this meme, the new word for picture, and it's the Titanic, but instead of the iceberg, it's the letter A, the Avengers symbol.
Ah.
And he wrote, "To Kevin and everybody at Marvel, an iceberg sank the real Titanic. It took the Avengers to sink my Titanic." Now, right away. What the fuck?
It took a fictional team of comic book characters to defeat my true story movie. That was also fictional. What are we talking about? I'm so rich.
An iceberg sank the real Titanic. It took the Avengers to sink my Titanic. Everyone here at Lightstorm Entertainment salutes your amazing achievement. You've shown that the movie industry is not only alive and well, it's bigger than ever. Almost saying,
Okay.
yay for all of us. As if that didn't kill you, especially now that Avatar got knocked over. I love it.
Can I, Chemda, ask you this?
Yes.
You smoked pot for the first time, how old? Like in adulthood, yes?
Well, I tried it once when I was 21, but it kind of didn't take, and maybe I got giggly for like 10 minutes. Then I tried it again, I think, when I was like 27 and was fully shamed for my experience. Then I tried it again around 33, and I had started having good experiences.
I feel like pot for you is like superhero movies for a lot of people. Like, you're like, why do you need to do it? Like, don't you know how to just live your life and have a good time and relax?
Oh, but I can respond to that.
Go ahead.
With real things.
Please.
I think we've all heard my pot explanations. I don't know if anyone wants it again.
Nope, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but pot
Anytime
does.
somebody warns you.
Let's
Yeah,
hear the
yeah.
sequel.
It does a lot
we
for
know.
me, and medically and emotionally, and the whole thing. Like it has.
And there's some people that feel that way about the Avengers.
Okay, medically and emotionally. Okay, cool.
Certainly
No,
emotionally.
definitely. That's a good.
It's where Keith gets his emotions.
It is.
That explains a lot. So.
Oh, you can feel that way.
I mean, I will say I have been
I was
doing a
telling
little
my girlfriend how much I love her the other day, and I said, like a dog coming back from war.
Okay.
like sincerely, I've been doing a little joking, but I do want to explore this as a true idea that like men, I think we can agree in our society historically are not as encouraged to explore their feelings, to express their feelings.
Yes, until they get married, and then we have to pull it out of you.
And
Great.
then, so movies though, like superhero movies, war movies, like there are like more and more nuanced stories being told, which are like, a safe, comfortable space where men are encouraged to go. And, like when characters die or do heroic things, like there are like,
I get what you're saying, but time out only because
Sure.
You tend to not live a life that was expected of you as a man emotionally, right? So you look for that emotion and you look to add it to your vocabulary. Let's talk to Keith. Has it really?
No. I think I'm smarter than movies.
Okay.
You can't.
so
He's a very
there it
unreliable
is.
narrator about even his own experience.
I think this is who we're talking about is Keith and not you. You are exploring this not through movies like Avengers. You are reading books about it. You are trying to enlighten yourself into that space where it's not just a men's level of emotion is this. Keith is not trying to do that. You're saying that these movies are attempting to and have the nuance to provoke this kind of emotional expression from men who were
That is
Challenge-
possible. I do see 10 movies a week.
And like, I'll give another example, like the Fast and Furious franchise.
I did get stuff from that.
And I mean, they pound you over the head with family.
Right.
But that's
family.
bad.
No, it's not bad.
First of all, family,
Yes, it is.
It's good to know about family, and it's good to know you don't mess with these streets. I disagree.
what
That's-
do you think is bad?
I don't think that we should be pushing family, or
No,
even-
No. The way that they're pushing it is
Not
it's
real
not
family.
biological
Not
family. It's
Thanksgiving.
chosen family. It's about your logical family. Like they're a family full of
Wait,
people who
what movie are we talking about?
the
Fast and the Furious,
Furious,
where you tackle it 1/4 mile at a time.
But aren't they doing terrible things?
What?
No, they're also like some of the highest like selling and fun movies.
No. What is the Fast and Furious? about?
Fast and
They're
Furious.
driving cars.
But why are they driving fast?
Oh, now they used to be criminals, but
Sure.
now they're like hunting down spies and stopping nuclear explosions. Like they're growing and changing as human beings, and they are
Quite
like,
literally, they can almost fly now.
And the villains, yeah, the cars could fly the whole time, but yeah, like honestly, in almost every movie, the villain like is the good guy in the next movie, like joins them, and they make a new villain, and then that villain joins them. There's a movie out this summer, Hobbs and Shaw. Is it out yet? It's
It
very
will be.
soon. And that is like one of the guys was the bad guy in a movie, and the other one I think also was like the bad guy who was a good guy because the good guys were bad guys. But
Wait,
eventually,
wait.
everyone becomes good guys in this movie, and
Great.
it's a family of good guys.
Ugh. So you got feelings out of this, Keith?
No. I'm joking if I say Fast and Furious gave me feelings.
Okay.
You guys are a family.
But if you see the submarine coming
Yeah,
out
look
of the
how
water,
mad I am at Keith.
and that tells you never give up. Right? They
Okay.
had a submarine coming after them, and they had to drive on ice. And then it's like, what? And then you take that and you sleep on it.
Has a movie ever made you feel differently or express yourself differently?
Probably.
See,
Like-
that's true.
Like
Probably.
everybody recommended that being John Malkovich, and I learned never trust friends.
What's the most emotional movie you can think of? I know it's hard to like.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
You hated that
I
movie.
wanted to murder everybody that said to see it.
Oh, that was a good movie.
You see?
That was
I know, but
there's
you're.
so much to that movie.
I know, and you're ready to kill yourself every week.
Well, the first time I saw that movie, I did one of those, the way you hate people watch movies. I was in and out, and you really have to concentrate.
Right? You don't really. That
But when
movie's
I
so dumb.
really saw that movie, wow.
I know.
Can I tell you my joke about that movie?
Yes.
I
I saw Inception now, so I understand that joke that you wrote.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
And that's not even the special that has that joke isn't even out yet. So you're all ready. So my joke about the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is that I did see the movie and I don't remember anything about it, and I think that this joke is done. And I think it's good.
That is good. Yes.
What movie changed your mind about something?
I don't.
I know.
Oh, what?
Inconvenient Truth. I was like, oh,
Now, Keith,
that doesn't look good.
this is a question that I was going to ask you a version of on my podcast, and maybe I still will, but
I might
now,
grow by then. But.
Right? Yeah. Right. Well, right now, what's like something that's different about you now that you think is better than you were when you were younger?
Ooh, if he doesn't answer it, I will.
Okay, I'll happily take Chemda's answer.
No.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
More empathy, sure.
Oh yeah, where? What?
What do you trace that to, if you can? Do you
A Dog's Life. Oh, I see.
Chemda, what's your answer?
You know what? I think he is right. But when I first met Keith, he was a registered Republican. Yeah. So I think that has changed. So the thought process behind it must have changed too. Maybe like it meant that he was more conservative, and not like dickhead conservative, but just his notions and his thought process were more conservative.
He's now a dickhead liberal.
And I see, you'll deny this, but when I first met you, you still had a sort of iffy understanding or belief in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. You were still kind of struggling with letting that go.
Yeah, I believe that.
So I think it's best that he let it go.
And that was thanks to every religious movie. That was so stupid. Why are we just letting this go? Why not make everyone fly? You know?
Thank you for answering.
You bet. A new Terminator movie's coming out. I wonder what I'm going to learn.
Did I watch? I think I watched that. Is that the good one or is the other
Terminator?
Yeah.
Well, there's been a bunch of Terminator movies. The very first one was in 1984, so you're about due.
Is that the Schwarzenegger one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So
There are a couple, yeah.
Xerxes had me watch that. I
Okay.
saw the first two.
And then Terminator 2 was the
Yes.
one with the special effects, the morphing.
Yeah.
The metallic liquid
Yeah,
Terminator.
when she like worked out like a crazy
Yes.
person.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
It's encouraging to work out watching that.
See?
Yeah.
Teaches you about the gym.
Yeah.
So that's 1 and 2. Everybody loves those.
Yes.
Then there was Terminator 3.
Oh, I used to mistake it for RoboCop.
Okay.
And then I saw RoboCop and I was like, I don't know, Xerxes. And he's like, please stop.
But you don't know what? Like, if you liked RoboCop?
I'm like, oh yeah, this is what you wanted me to watch. And he's like, no.
Oh, you were watching the wrong movie.
He told you to watch Terminator, and you watched RoboCop.
I believe that might have been what happened.
And I saw, what's that one, Johnny Five is Alive?
Short Circuit.
yeah.
She saw that, and she's like, it's not scary. I don't know why you say it's haunting.
I saw a hot tub time machine. Yeah.
Then there's Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. That was with Claire Danes. That was fun, but they start getting worse from then on.
I didn't see that. Xerxes, do I need to see that?
Then Terminator Salvation,
Oh my God, there's more?
Terminator Genesis,
Wow.
and Dark Fate. If you remember, Salvation is the one with Christian Bale.
I don't remember.
He had-
Oh,
well,
I
I'll
do
remind you.
remember.
And Sam Worthington.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale had the freak out on set. He was upset that he was doing one of his great acting scenes.
Good for you.
And a lighting guy was doing some kind of work, and he's in the shot, and he ruined the shot. And what I liked about that was like, I liked Terminator 3 enough where, to me, I get nervous when a good thing keeps going on. I don't want you to ruin it. And I'm like, if the fourth movie's good, I'm going to count this Terminator series as a success. And that
you're going to count it as a success.
I'm
They're
going to
so
count it.
thrilled.
I'm going to count it. And Christian Bale got so upset that I'm like, well, you're an asshole, but you're taking this so seriously. That's fantastic. And it ended up being the worst movie I ever saw. So to know it's so horrible, and then to go back and hear Christian Bale losing his shit for no reason, I'm obviously on the lighting guy's side 1,000%.
And this part of, and you're gonna play it, right? But
Please.
this part, I know somebody must have told me, but I forgot, and it makes it so. Because you could lose your shit. You shouldn't, and you should be the grown up in the situation, especially because you know you're making the most money on this. So calm down.
And you're not the director, and you're not the producer.
You're not James Cameron.
Right.
Yeah, and so you're actually not physically working as hard as these other people. You're not mentally, I get it. It's a big job, but calm down. But on top of that, like that somebody can make a mistake and lose their mind and have a bad day or whatever's happening. Right. He's British.
Right.
And he's yelling in an American accent.
Right.
So in order for me to be upset with you, I have to think about it and just keep yelling.
Yeah.
I have the worst British accent, but I just that exercise to try to speak in that, you have to like keep your brain.
Yeah. So how mad can he be if he's putting on a fake accent?
There is no mad. If I get mad and I act like this and I lose my mind, it's not. I can't keep this up.
Right.
I understand that I'm somebody else and I am flipping out over you and I think I have all this power because my character has that power and now I am that character.
He's acting like he's doing Abraham Lincoln. He's really got to stay in character. And that makes him even more angry.
But doesn't that make you feel like you're going nuts? Like if I just spoke, if I came home and spoke to you like that just because I'm still in it.
Right. Well,
you don't know how to act.
I mean, none of us, you don't know. None of us know how to act. We're not actors. He's doing just to be generous to him for a moment.
Why?
About this point,
Mm-hmm.
I like being generous. Mm-hmm. He is a method actor. He gets into the character and stays there. And so I think that it's sort of like
Let
me just offer,
sure.
if you pick up a heavy briefcase and then something scares you and you start running, maybe you drop the briefcase, but it doesn't take a lot of extra effort to keep holding the briefcase while you're running. So I feel like his keeping the accent, even though he's afflicted by, this emotional thing, is like him just holding a thing that he's already holding. I don't think he has to think extra to keep doing it because he's already put in so much work. I think it's a shitty thing to do to, lose your shit on somebody, but I think that particular point doesn't prove that he's full of extra shit.
Oh, well, let me chime in. The reason why I was cutting you off, which I know is rude, is because I don't believe in method acting. I think that you're bullshit. I think that if you play a rapist, what's your fucking method? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're playing a character. There is a way of acting where you act. And I think method is just being that person. So where's the acting?
Well, you tell me if this is too much.
I want you off the fucking set, you prick!
Is that what his character does?
No, don't.
Yeah. He kept doing that in the actual movie. Mm-hmm. He's like, I want these Terminators off my fucking world, you pricks.
I think that method acting is like, oh, I don't know how to act, so everybody has to act around me. You know what I mean? Because method acting means that you're taking it to the grip and you're taking it to the people behind the scenes, and the makeup people have to act like you're still in it, which means everyone's doing the work for you to stay in the scene. And I think you should take that shit home, memorize it, and learn how to act.
Right. When he was in American Psycho. Ugh. When they weren't shooting, it got ugly.
Now, sincerely, I might not even be using the term method acting right, but the way that I think Christian Bale, like, again, reprehensible actions here. The movie The Fighter that he was in. Have you seen that?
Good.
And then at the end of it, like, did you watch, I feel like over the credits or like right after, they showed the real life people that they were basing the characters on, and the guy who Christian Bale played, like, moved and sounded like Christian Bale, like, became that guy. Like, whatever he's doing, I think be an actor.
Sure. Oh, no, he's great, and his wife has to fuck him like that too. That's what's weird at home. When this movie comes out, Terminator Salvation, Christian Bale better have seen it and then go, oh, I got to write a note to the lighting guy. Hey, it didn't matter.
I would.
This is fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, just because you said you're not sure if you're using method acting, I looked it up. A technique of acting in which an actor aspires to complete emotional identification with a part.
Yeah, emotional identification. That means he's not going to murder people or rape people just because.
But then,
or yell at them in another accent.
Yeah, but then that means that your emotional state is of that character as much as you can, and I have to respond to you like that because I know that you're going to respond to me like that. That's work for me. I am improvising with you. I'm yes-anding you, and that's not my job. I'm putting on your makeup. I'm being your wife. I am bringing you lunch. And I think to stay in character is your own problem.
You know how you get Christian to calm down? You tell him the robots are coming. Go, shh, shh, Robots. What are you gonna do? Tell me robots aren't coming?
That is fun.
You're in character.
I would say I do agree with you that it's not anybody else's responsibility, like around an actor, unless they have, consented. Like if you're in a relationship with a person and you know that they're this kind of actor, then you're choosing to be with them as they go through whatever transformations they do. And then on the set, like I don't know
I'll
what
let
it's
you
like.
sleep in your trailer for that.
I mean, sincerely, like if the makeup person, like obviously the character doesn't have to have makeup put on. That's the actor that has to have makeup put on. So there's some sense in which they're also living in the real world, interacting with other human beings, and I think they can do it in ways that aren't like this isn't part of his acting. Like I'm not. Right. I'm trying to separate. I think that there are people.
Also, if he's still method acting, so that's how you explain the voice. Is his character like this?
His character was English. Was American. Excuse me.
No. But is his character a bad guy that yells at
No,
people?
of course not.
What was he playing?
He's a whisperer that runs around killing robots
he's
and
back.
sneaking about.
Oh, that guy. Okay, so he's like on the good side?
Yeah.
So what part of your accent is part of your method acting, but you're yelling at someone is not.
Right.
Is just not a good enough excuse for this. And I know you're not trying to.
Yeah, I'm not trying to excuse.
No,
it.
you're not trying to excuse the behavior, but you are trying to identify where the voice is coming from, but it's incongruent to what he's actually saying in that voice.
Well, I don't know if you saw bonus footage of the shooting of the movie Vice, but afterwards he started a war in real life.
Now,
Christian Bale, yeah.
I don't believe
He gets into it.
Keith. I think you're making jokes.
I wasn't there.
Set, you prick. Sorry. No, don't just be sorry. Think for one fucking second.
Okay, sounds good.
The fuck are you doing? Are you professional or not?
Yes, I am.
Do I fucking walk around and rip that? No, shut the fuck up, Bruce. Do I what? No.
He knows his name.
No.
No, I think
Don't
it's-
shut me.
Now, that's a director or producer trying to jump in and help.
I see.
Maybe hey, stay out of this. I'm Christian fucking Bale.
No, shut the fuck up, Bruce. Do I what? No. No. Don't shut me up. Am I gonna walk around and rip your fucking lights down?
With a little baby too. No, I'm not shutting you up. No one's trying to shut up Christian.
I mean, he is telling the guy to be professional, and sincerely, when people are yelling at other people, usually whatever they're yelling is advice for themselves.
Yeah, especially when it's like, I think you need to calm down. That's ironic.
Oh yeah.
Right.
In the middle of a scene? Then why the fuck are you walking right through? Like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
At that point, he was like, I did say da-da-da.
What don't you fucking understand? You got any fucking idea about, hey, it's fucking distracting having somebody walking up behind Bryce in the middle of the fucking scene?
That actually
Give
sounds
me
a
a
little
fucking answer.
like an accent as well.
What don't you get about it?
I was looking at the light.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
It's good, thanks.
I hope it was fucking good because it's useless now, isn't it? Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
I like this guy's response because he's responding as little as possible.
Right.
And
What's he
just,
gonna do?
Yeah, but it's I would love to if I was there, I would love for my response to just be minimal to nothing. You're obviously not really asking me. And how did you like those lights? Okay, I like them good.
They were my favorite lights.
I actually brought them from home.
Yeah.
For my lights. Actually.
I'm method too.
I don't-
A method lighter.
I'm actually not working on this movie. I'm just doing like a gotcha piece. I'm a journalist, so
Undercover boss.
keep
what
it
if
up.
what if he just like responded by just saying everything Christian Bale did? Like, oh, good for you. Oh, good for me. Am I being professional now?
Oh man, that would have been great if he could have gotten into that character.
And you know what? He should do it in a British accent.
Yes.
Oh, good for me. No.
looking at the light, governor. I'm very bad at accents.
It's the worst accent.
No, thank you. British.
Look, G, you got fucking something to say to this prick?
McGee's the director.
Well, somebody should be fucking watching
Everybody's
and keeping
scared.
an eye on him.
I didn't see it happen, but we got it on camera. So,
Right.
let's just look back at the.
By the way, if he didn't see it happen, it means it wasn't that much in the way.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't watching the action of the.
Right.
I think we need to do another one anyway. But let's look at the dailies. Let's gather up in Video Village. And,
This is the director. The director says what's in the way. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Somebody should be fucking watching and keeping an eye on him. This is the second time that he doesn't give a fuck
Oh, it's the
about
second
what
time.
is going on in front of the camera. All right? I'm trying to fucking do a scene here and I'm going, Why the fuck is Shane walking in there?
Just
What is
act
he
like
doing?
Shane is not walking in there, method fuck.
Do you understand my mind is not in the scene if you're doing that?
My mind's not in the scene. Meanwhile, people are in offices, like, with their next door neighbor right in the computer next door wearing too much fucking perfume, and that's not offensive.
Stay off the fucking set, man. For fuck's sake. Right, let's go again. Let's not take a fucking minute. Let's go again!
I'm completely calm. I can go whenever I want. I'm stuck in this accent. Let's use it.
I'm Batman.
Right.
And let's not have you fucking walking in.
Oh, you want to do it without me,
Can
dude?
I have Tom put this on, please? You're unbelievable, man. You're unfucking believable.
Who is now? The same guy?
him.
Same
Himself.
lighting guy.
Okay.
There are times you're strolling and fucking around in the background. I've
You
never
have
had a DP behave like this.
Like what? You have such a bad grip on reality.
You don't fucking understand what it's like working with actors. That's what that is. That's what that...
Shouldn't you understand what it's like to work with actors? They're different than other people. When you work with other people, you could walk in front of their things. You can't walk in front of my thing ever. It's different. We're actors. You don't know how to work with actors.
can understand what it's like working with actors. That's what that is.
Everybody's
That's
willing
what
to
that
suck
is, man.
my
I'm
dick.
telling you.
He's telling
I'm
me.
not asking, I'm telling you. You wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Right, right.
I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. You know, shut up for a second, all right? I'm gonna go. You want me to go fucking trash your lights?
Yeah, do it. Yes, yes, please punch me in the face and trash my lights.
Yeah, Christian, they weren't really my lights. I give a shit. That actually
Let's
gives me
go again. We actually need those lights. The lights are also an important part of the movie. It
Now
will
we
look
have
bad.
to take a break since you smashed them.
You motherfucker. Do you want 5 times overtime? Is that what you want? On a Sunday, you motherfucker? Do you want me to make you a millionaire, you motherfucker?
You're gonna fucking trash them? Then why are you trashing my scene? I'm not trying to trash. You are trashing my scene.
My
You
scene.
do it one more fucking time, and I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired. I'm fucking serious. You're a nice guy.
When actors thank God, usually in their speech,
Right.
are they talking about themselves?
Yeah.
Because they're like, "It's my scene. You don't know how to deal with actors, and here I am alone with God."
I ain't
Femda,
walking on
Yes.
the way that Christian Bale at the end of The Fighter revealed himself to be, like, had exactly inhabited the form of that man who was the fighter's brother. I feel like you just did the same thing with Christian Bale.
I'm Christian Bale.
It's like, I'm scared that,
Oh my God.
thank God it's an American accent.
And by the way, the fact that I did turn into a fighter makes it less impressive because then I'm not really acting. That's not
if you're-
impressive.
still hired. I'm fucking serious. You're a nice guy.
You're a nice guy.
You're a nice guy, but I don't fucking cut it when you're bullshitting and fucking around like this on set. Yeah, you might get it. He doesn't fucking get it.
I get it.
You might.
I get
he
it.
does
I know.
not get it.
And good adjustments, okay?
Good adjustments. We learned a lot. We learned a lot and we took it in.
By the way, a couple of people are saying, "Oh, Hemda, maybe this is PTSD from your ex being an actor." He really wasn't like that.
Right.
He was a great actor, incredible. He really did turn into the part without being the part when he came home or anything. It's so impressive. I truly believe he was born to be an actor.
Get it. Walk for 5 seconds. Just for
No,
5
I don't
seconds,
need
let's
any
go.
fucking walking.
Land
He
fear.
needs to stop walking.
I get that.
I ain't the one walking. Let's get Tom and put this back on. Let's go again. Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally.
Just professionally.
Still see you for dinner.
Right. Well,
But also, like, we're done professional. It's a fucking lighting guy.
mean,
you never were professional.
we had a
together.
double day plan tonight. We're still doing that. We're still doing that. But professionally, honestly, go fuck yourself.
I would be like, "Oh yeah, what's my name?" Okay.
Fucking ass.
Oh, the best. The best. And when that movie was so horrible, I'm like, oh, are you embarrassed? Are you ashamed?
Are you professional?
What the fuck are you doing? Are you professional or not? shut the fuck up.
Are you professional? Are you professional? Are you professional? Are you professional? He's got that look in his eyes. I see the fire behind. He is the dark knight. He is professional. He's got that velvet gold mind. But baby, something ain't right. Swing kid with the violent streak. But he's professional. He is professional. But I think he lost control. He is professional. But I think he lost control. Are you professional?
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
Are you professional? Empire of the sun, he was like number one. Pretend to humor, you can't stop him, he's professional. Step back, stay out of his light. Better not try to put up a fight. Newsies will get you tonight, cause they're professional. He is professional, but I think he lost control. He is professional, but I think he lost control. He is professional, but I think he lost control. He is professional, but I think he lost control.
Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally.
Don't look too deep in his eyes. You can't hide what's inside of his mind. And it might get a little bit ugly. And you might meet an American Psycho. He is professional, but I think he lost control. He is professional, but I think he lost control. He is professional, but I think he lost control.
I think if you were listening on a treadmill or any other exercise, you're welcome.
Man, you're doing one of those things where you go on one treadmill and you just keep going on all the other ones while they're running. Oh my God, I love that.
That's beautiful. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
A thing I don't know where this came from, but it's been said, maybe it's like a Buddhist thing. They say that you're not punished for your anger, you're punished by your anger. And so, like, obviously, whatever's going on in his life, whether he's a method actor or not, like, whatever kind of, like, whatever he experienced in life that made him, like, get to a place where he could behave like this, like, that is certainly not, I don't envy it. I don't wish to be, him and have that emotional experience. Not only because, I mean, I feel like he's being punished by his anger, like,
I
in
think
this.
the phrase is, if it's hysterical, it's historical.
And that's something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think an additional punishment that he receives is that he can't listen to that song with the same kind of joy that anyone else does. I mean, it's so, like, it's not, I would rather he not have done that and that the song didn't exist, but given that he did do it, that song is, it is a beautiful.
It's fun. He doesn't know how to have fun because of his hysteria.
His yelling is the broccoli, right?
Now, Keith,
You know-
in a way.
I hear that kind of anger, and it's like somebody never saw Fast and Furious. You know what I mean?
I bet he didn't.
See? Mike Kaplan online. Follow Twitter, MYQ Kaplan.
Thank you.
Instagram, the same, Mike Kaplan.
Oh, yeah.
The website's the same, Mike Kaplan.
I make it very easy.
And the podcast I'm talking about is called Broccoli and Ice Cream.
Same thing.
And you're going to be in for a treat. I can tell.
I can't wait.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys in the same room always thrills me.
It's
and
nice.
like not in a totally genuine good way, but also in a good way.
Sure.
Okay. There you go.
Thanks for your genuineness and also whatever else that was. Yeah, totally. Thank you. Sincerely and otherwise.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for spreading the word. It lets us do more shows, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.